Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. and Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford's Picks of the Week right here on Today in L.A. I'm Mike Amos. With me this morning, Jim Jackson, Bill Rice Jr., and of course Mike Amos will be calling in from Northwest Florida. And Jim, you won it this weekend, man. You jumped from the cellar to the top.
Out of the frying pan into the fire?
Yeah, you know, you got embarrassed for going 25-13 the first week, and you come back this week and goes 24-8. Of course, there were some tough games to pick out there this weekend, and there was a few upsets every week, but Jim wins this week with a 24-8 record. Mike Jr. Out of Northwest Florida was 22-10. Big Mike, who's me talking 22-10, and lost to him in the tiebreaker for second place. And then Bill Rice Jr., very close second, 21-11. So that's where we get started. Mike Jr. won the first week, followed by yours truly. Then Rice was third, and then Jim was fourth.
Dead last.
We'll be keeping up with this all year long, and going down to the finish line when we go by and see your good buddies at B. Graves.
B. Graves.
That you love that white tablecloth, don't you?
B. Graves is a good place.
You and your wife eat there regularly, don't you?
We try to eat there. A couple other places on the square on a regular basis to
I tell you what, that spaghetti restaurant's good on the square, isn't it?
The Italian?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Very good.
Now, do you go by Sips and eat there sometime too?
My wife probably eats there more than I do. But yes, we eat there.
How about Rice? Rice, can you afford to eat out?
Rarely. When I get my tax refund, if I get a tax refund.
Bill Rice
I don't know if it's more of affording to eat out or not getting off work till 6:30 or 7 o'clock and not wanting to go home and fix something.
Well, life has changed in Jim Jackson's life.
Yes, it has.
His dad was a long-time Chevrolet dealer. Started off in Birmingham and Ashland, Alabama, and then came to Troy. How many years ago did you come to Troy?
1989. Last month was our 30th anniversary.
How did y'all come to Troy?
August the 1st of 1989.
How did y'all decide to come to Troy?
The dealership here was for sale, and when my dad got started, it was a little bitty store, and there was one here that was a little bigger that was for sale, and that's his direction. He decided to come.
And I can hear you right now, Daddy. I don't want to go to Troy, Alabama. Where's Troy? I don't want to go to Troy. I want to stay around Birmingham and be a yuppie.
All right, at that time I was 25 and single, so it didn't really matter.
It was probably sort of fun in a way because you're in a college town. And
actually, right after we got here, I moved in with a good friend of mine, Denny Sanford.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we lived together for a little over a year, and then
until people started to talk. Is that
John
right?
and I got married.
Yeah.
And was here for another year or so before I went back to Ashland, but it worked out great.
And she is a Birmingham girl, or where?
She's an Ashland girl, born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised in Ashland, and you either was for Ashland or Lineville,
which is now one and the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Central High School of Clay County.
And buddy, they're good too, right now.
4 schools combined.
Is Coach Horn the coach there?
He is. He is still the coach there, and went back last year after leaving Benjamin Russell and won it all at Central Clay last year for his, what was that, his 8th title? Did that set the state record?
It was something like that.
It was his 8th because he already had 7.
And of course, he's a very good coach, no question. And he's still doing it too, isn't he?
He is, and he's got a couple of sons that are probably trying to follow in his footsteps.
And of course, that's football country, no question about it. Let me give you some sheets to work with today. We're waiting for Mike Amos to...
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a new 2019 F-150 XLT 4-wheel drive Super Crew truck during the Hurry Up and Save sales event. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a new 2019 F-150 XLT four-wheel drive Super Crew truck during the Hurry Up and Save sales event. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a new 2019 F-150 XLT four-wheel drive Super Crew truck during the Hurry Up and Save sales event. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, and we're ready to pick them, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for Mike Amos to call in from I have the worst problem sometimes with distinguishing where he lives down here at the beach.
Is it Grayton Beach or somewhere in that vicinity?
Yeah, that's right. From Grayton Beach, Florida is where he'll be calling from this morning. And of course,
somewhere down just west of Panama City.
You know, everybody was we were talking earlier this week, Bill, that we didn't have a lot of good games, but every time I would look up, it was a pretty good game coming on. So I think this is going to be a pretty good week for picking games, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And again, this is something we've been doing for quite a while, and over the years, Jim had won quite a bit. Mike Jr. calling in. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike Amos calling in from the shores of the Gulf of Mexico. What kind of weather you got down there this morning?
It's beautiful this morning. Well, this morning it was probably in the low 70s down there, which is pretty good considering it's been about 94, 95, but it's sunny the last probably 10 days. I can't even remember the last time it rained.
Have all of Jim's friends left and gone back home for the winter, or what?
My friends.
You know, all those yuppies down there?
There's still a lot of people down here, surprisingly. I think it's just year round on 38 down here now.
The water's been slick for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the water was gorgeous this past Saturday. I went out there yesterday, though, and a lot of seaweed was back. The water wasn't pretty at all.
Well, when I say that, I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures posted on the Panama City fishing page where it just looks like a lake.
Oh, yeah, now it's still real calm, yeah.
Just as calm as it could be.
Yeah. It's one of those things down here in Great, and all the boats go out actually on the water down here on the sand. So about 12 boats go out every day down here.
Right. I've seen some pictures where some 22, 24-foot single-engine boats going out 55, 60 miles to fish, and it's got to be just really slick for them to try to do that.
Bill,
Yeah.
Bill Ryan,
I
push
can't
that
imagine
helmet
going
up
out that
this
far
way.
on a
Push up this
22-foot
way. I want
boat.
to show them something. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you something. Right now, one of the hottest teams out there is the Goshen Eagles. And Bill, I want you to show
That
the
looks
new
like
logo.
a new logo.
It's a new logo, and the coach did it himself. And
That's good.
it's a new logo for Goshen High School, and
that's sharp.
they'll be going out.
Now, are they, and you may not know this, do they still have the G on one side like this and
I
the
don't
eagle on
know.
the
I
other,
don't
or is the
know,
eagle on
but
both sides?
I wouldn't doubt it. I bet it might be that way.
Yeah, still got the G on one side.
That's right, exactly.
That
And
eagle eye is sharp.
And I tell you what, they're red hot right now, and
Yes, they are.
playing good football. So
Two big upsets last week, I guess, would be, of course, the Tennessee fiasco.
yeah, it
I
was.
feel sorry for Jeremy. He got a long road to hoe.
Yeah, it really does. And you know, if he just so happened to get caught up in, or his team got caught up in everything, and they just happened to lose to Chattanooga, they might fire him before the season's over. You know,
Is that this weekend?
that's this weekend. He
And
plays.
then I think I saw where maybe the Tennessee-Florida game for next week has already been selected as an 11 o'clock game. Is that
Oh
right?
yeah,
As
boy,
opposed
they're
to
making a
2:30,
big,
so,
they're making a big to do of it too.
well, Alabama's at 11 also, and they've
Yeah.
voiced their displeasure. But
And what is your feeling on that now? You go up and spend the night on Friday?
I won't
don't
go
you?
next week
You won't?
probably unless well, my daughter's in the process of having to move, and if it hits next weekend, then they're waiting on the contractor that bought the property they're in is waiting on another place to finish where they can move.
Yeah.
So if it happens where it hits next weekend, then I'll probably have to go up and do that. Other than that, I probably won't go up.
A real stunner last week was I picked Enterprise to beat Auburn at Auburn. Auburn beat them 44-0. What happened to Enterprise?
I
wasn't
think I
that
had
unreal?
Enterprise.
I had Enterprise, yeah.
And
I took Auburn.
and they did. And Auburn beat them 44-0.
And I may have taken Auburn, Michael. I don't remember.
Of course,
I mean, it
But
was one of those situations where Enterprise had just put 50 points on Charles Henderson.
That's what it was recency
Yeah.
bias.
Yeah, and then
exactly
the
right.
Charles Henderson game wound up 6-0.
yeah.
What was the Pike Lib score? I never saw that score.
Pike Liberal lost
They got beat.
43-28 or something. It was a pretty high scoring
yeah.
game. And we had the coaches show last night, and which is a lot of fun. And we had Lou Verne, we had Pike Liberal Arts, and Charles Henderson, and Goshen, and it was a lot of fun with the coaches last night. And Coach Riles from Lou Verne came over, and he's got his team undefeated. So we're having a lot of fun with that coaches show. A fairly
The one I was talking about, the big one I was talking about was Cal beating Washington.
Yeah, that's right. That was huge, and they had a 2-hour delay.
Did they?
Yeah, again, those delays will kill you. Isn't that right, Mike?
Well, I mean, it definitely messes up the flow of the game, I think, if one team comes out hot and one team does not.
The game finished at 1 o'clock in the morning, their time. which
Their
would be
time. Now,
3
which
o'clock
is-
in the morning, our time.
Yeah, somebody from the east trying to watch the
That'd be
game.
4 o'clock in the morning, New York
Yeah.
City time.
Wow. Let me ask y'all a question. When BYU hit and I didn't watch the game, but evidently there was like 10 or 12, 15 seconds left when BYU hit a 75-yard
Oh,
pass
yeah,
from their
yeah.
own 10 or something in time to line up and kick a field goal. Did any of y'all think back to 4th and 19? That's the first thing that crossed my mind.
You know, Alabama, Tennessee.
That's exactly right. What, 10, 12, 14 years ago,
Mike Shula.
Alabama had Tennessee beat when Shula was there, and Tennessee had 4th and 19
Yeah.
and converted it and came back and, tied the game and won it in overtime or something.
That's
and
right. That's the last
listen-
time Tennessee beat Alabama.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike
that's
Shula.
the first thing that crossed my mind.
And
He had three guys by there to cover one guy, and he gets wide open. It was unbelievable.
Really, I mean, everybody was just kind of waiting on him to catch it. Nobody made a play on the ball, and then he cut a little bit to the left, and everybody whiffed.
Yeah, no question about it. How does it feel, though, like when you go to the beach and different places, people think you're Mike Shooter?
No.
You know, why people always got you?
You know who people mistake my little brother for?
Who?
Peyton Manning.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
He said he gets
yeah,
stopped.
Well, he is. Yeah.
He gets stopped in airports, and you know he's about the same height. And
Yeah. Well, let me tell you a
one
little
time
bit
he
about
really did
you.
look like him.
Let me tell you a little bit about your brother. He is now is he the editor or
He's the publisher of
the publisher of the Tuscaloosa News?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's a big newspaper, and
That
since
is.
the Birmingham papers are not daily anymore, you know, the Tuscaloosa paper goes all over Birmingham now. And
Yeah, my mother-in-law gets the Tuscaloosa News every day in Mount Brook.
and his brother Bobby, Mike, is the head honcho there. Can you believe that?
We lost a billionaire yesterday, old tycoon T. Boone Pickens.
He died.
Died at 91.
Boy, he seemed like a guy like that would have found a way to live.
Well, 91's not too bad.
You know, I can tell you a T. Boone Pickens story. Dad was the Gulf Oil distributor in Pike County forever, and the guy that was most instrumental in getting Gulf out of the South was T. Boone Pickett. You remember Gulf switched over to BP?
Yeah,
about
I remember
20,
that.
25
Yeah.
years ago.
I remember that.
It was one of these mergers or takeover deals that T. Boone Pickens initiated that led to that.
I didn't know that.
Want to mention
He gave a lot of money to Oklahoma State, pretty much built their program.
Yeah, there was a
Well-
rumor when, and it may have been true, when Oklahoma State came to Troy for that Thursday night
That's
or
right,
Friday
yeah.
night game. It seemed like it was a Friday night,
Yeah.
whatever it was, that he had called and had to move some stuff to have a spot for his motorhome or something when he was coming in.
Yeah. And then, of course, then Troy, beat Oklahoma State. A big win for the Sun Belt this weekend, believe it or not, if you think beating Kansas. But, Coastal Carolina went to Kansas
saw
and
that.
won the game.
I saw
Don't you know Chip Lindsey is glad he got out of that situation?
Well, I think that was a pretty tough gig when Les Miles took that job.
Yeah.
I think they were about as low as they've been in the last 25 or 30 years, probably.
They're going to give him a couple years. For
Yeah,
sure.
they don't have many football players out
Well,
there.
Les Miles, there are a lot of coaches in trouble right now. UCLA's not playing very well.
And that's kind of a shock, isn't it?
Exactly, no
The guy
question
that was
about it.
supposed to be the head guru of the new offense
That's
in
right.
college football leaves and comes back, 3, 4, 5 years later, 6 years
Exactly.
later, and everybody
Now
thinks
you
he's the
got
dumbest
Jalen
person
Hurts
in the
coming.
world.
Exactly.
Jalen Hurts in Oklahoma, the line I think is 21-22. I think Oklahoma will at least beat them by 30.
Yeah. Who is Oklahoma playing?
UCLA.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. Jim won 24-8 this week. Mike Jr. was 22-10. You and I tied 22-10, and you won in the tiebreaker for second place. If that means anything, it doesn't. Bill Rice was 21-11, so we're moving right along. And now we're ready to get going here on our third edition of Today in L.A.
Michael, I'm going to say I'm impressed with your dad.
Ford.
You know, it's kind of been, for the last few years, helter-skelter. When we get here on a Thursday morning, we'd figure up the results, and the next week we'd thumb through folders, and they
Give me
might
a
be in there
break,
and they
yeah.
might not. Right now, he's got this nice, organized folder with like 16 sections on it, and he's totaling it up week by week, and
Ladies
he's
and
putting
gentlemen, the
everything in
reason-
there and
the-
storing it.
The reason
I'm impressed.
The reason that's so is because of this guy right here is gonna say on me about it.
Do what, Michael?
I didn't know he could even print stuff off.
Oh, it's still all handwritten now.
Yeah, no, I had to drop by my.
I know he does the handwritten everything.
It's one of those big brown envelopes where you fold it down and then
right.
take the little cord and
It's a unique way to
circle it
do it.
around the holder, but it's got all the weeks on it, week 1 through week 20 or however far
That's
we want
right,
to go.
that's
and
right.
it's-
We're gonna have it.
Like I said, I'm impressed.
And I'm trying to win that steak, that big dinner at the Big Graves. All right, let's get going this morning. Mike Amos is from Graydon Beach this morning. Bill Rice Jr., home son of a legend, and then of course Jim Jackson. And with Jim Jackson Chevrolet Ford. Of course, your work has just doubled now, and it. You know, those guys across the street, you used to just holler at them and said, "Oh man, we just sold another car" or whatever. And now you're the guy on the other side of the street.
The workload has definitely increased, but it's been a good thing.
Yeah. Of course, y'all.
What is y'all slogan now? Buy American?
You know, we don't really have one, Michael. We were talking about that. We're going to kick off some kind of campaign here in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I'm looking at all ideas if y'all got any. You know, we're kind of looking at something like, you know, come experience the Jackson Satisfaction or something like that. And just kicking around ideas right now.
Okay, let's get going this morning. We've got some high school games coming up this weekend, and we got Carroll of Ozark, and all you folks in Ozark out there. Right now, Carroll's undefeated playing Tallahassee. This game will be played at Carroll. I'll take Carroll to win that football game.
Why are you picking Carroll?
Well, they're pretty good one thing, and they're while we're picking him, they're on Troy Cable.
I'm trying to get some intelligence before my pick. That's all I'm.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, because you know, Tallahassee's not bad.
Came by the stadium in Tallahassee last Sunday.
Hot O'Brien Stadium.
That's exactly right. Hot O'Brien won a lot of games there.
What is Tallahassee's record?
I know they got beat last week by somebody.
They run the Wing T. I know they had been running a long time, and that's one of the nicest high school stadiums around.
It's huge. I noticed that when we came by the other day.
No question.
That's some nice folks in Tallahassee.
All right, who do y'all like, Carroll or Tallahassee? Of course, Carroll of Ozark with a great run offense, and my buddy that plays golf out at the Troy Country Club is their line coach.
You talking about Super?
Super, yeah. And I tell you what, he's a good football coach. He really is.
I didn't know that. I'm going to take Carroll just because of that.
All right, okay.
Are they playing in Tallahassee?
They're playing the game at Carroll High.
It's his versus, so I would assume at Carroll.
Okay, I'm going to not go out on the limb and stick with my competitors here and go with Carroll.
Of course, Carroll, I think, might have been ranked this week.
That I think is wrong. This game is, I'm seeing it's at Tallahassee.
Okay, let's check that out because that's very important. But I'm gonna take Carroll anyway. But
well, Carroll is a bigger
written
school.
That down wrong. All right, Jim, what do you think?
I've already taken Carroll.
Carroll won 47-0 against Booker T. Washington, and then they beat Russell County 14-6.
Yeah, they
What
still.
about Tallahassee?
I have to look and see on Tallahassee.
They've lost a couple of games. I'm taking Carroll to win the game. I think they'll win the
this game is at Tallahassee High School.
Okay.
Hot O'Brien Stadium.
All right, so I was right in the first place. Carroll versus Tallahassee, and Tallahassee's.
Well, no, Carroll at Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah.
That's the official
Tallahassee's
stadium of
the home
Friday
team.
Night Football Fever.
I guess I'll take Carroll.
Okay, Mike takes Carroll, so everybody takes Carroll.
Nobody's going to gain on anybody on this pick.
That's right. Zion Chapel at Luverne, and of course, Luverne undefeated. And Mike, one of their outstanding players, was Daddy was a great player at Troy.
Yeah, Aaron Gregory.
And Aaron Gregory Jr. is a big-time player for Luverne. I'm going to take Luverne to win that game.
I remember him. Yeah, he was a good player.
Oh, yeah, he broke a lot of
he
records.
wore number 9 at Troy.
Yeah. Hey, are you doing Mike's? I'm doing Mike's. I'm doing Mike's.
Yes, you were in the past.
I am. That's what I'm doing.
I'll go with Coach Riles and the Tigers to keep the momentum going.
Yes, I like Luverne in this game.
Okay.
Yeah,
everybody
everybody's going to take
likes
Luverne in this. Tallahassee got beat by Greenville last week, 33-7, but Greenville's really good.
Yeah.
Florella at Brantley. That's a good one. Florella's much better, but Brantley is real good. Jim, who do you like?
I like
here?
Brantley at home.
The Green, the Titletown bunch. Who do you like, Bill Rice?
Titletown.
Titletown. Show that logo a little bit over there with that Goshen Eagle. Let's show that new logo.
The
There we
eye
go.
of the eagle.
The eye of the eagle.
Tallahassee also lost to Montgomery Catholic 28-7 as well, so they're 1 and 2.
Yeah. So everybody's going to take Brantley?
I'll take Brantley.
Everybody did.
Okay, Charles Henderson at Oxford, and Oxford won the top 5A programs in the state. Last year, Oxford beat Charleston 65 to nothing.
And it could have been
Probably
100. It could have been
probably one
100
of the
to
worst losses in
Correct.
a long time. We got a call coming in. Mike, gonna put you on hold. Let's see who we got. Good morning, y'all. Today in LA. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, Will Matthews.
Will Matthews, you calling in with some picks or what you?
I've got my
see my
6
sheet
games.
for my
I've got to
spreadsheet.
go to the dentist, so I can't talk long. But
Wait a minute. Okay, well let's get you on here. There you go.
write these down.
All right, let me pull Mike Amos in here in a second. Won't take but a second.
All right.
All right, here we go.
9 plus 18 was a push.
Okay, both of y'all on now?
I'm on.
All right, Will, you on? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Will Matthews, Picks of the Week, brought to you by Will Matthews, attorney at law. Okay, go ahead, Will.
All right. The first one I've got is Virginia -6 against Florida State.
All right, who do you like there? You like
I
Virginia
like Virginia.
versus, and where they playing that game, Will?
In Charlottesville.
In Charlottesville. Man, that is a low line right there. You're right.
It is. I like Virginia in that one.
That's the yuppie capital of the world, Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Next one. This was my best one of the week.
All right.
Southern Cal -4 against BYU.
Yeah.
and then where they playing that game?
At
Provo.
Southern Cal.
Wait a minute, I got to play.
Is it in Provo? It don't matter.
Yeah, it's in Provo. Yeah, I heard McElroy yesterday. He's doing the game on Provo.
Yeah, it's at Provo.
They will slaughter BYU.
Okay, and what's that number there?
4.
What now? 4?
4.
All right, go ahead.
The next one is Washington -20 against Hawaii.
All right, they playing that game at Washington.
I think it's in Hawaii, but it might be at Washington.
I've got. I tell you what, it makes a big difference now.
Especially with
That
Hawaii.
game, yeah.
It's in Washington.
All right,
Okay.
it's in Washington.
All right, this one you can take this one to the bank. Washington State over 75 against Houston. They'll score 100 points in this game.
Washington State over 75 against Houston.
That game's tomorrow night.
That's a Thursday night game, or Friday night
Yeah,
game.
Friday night game.
They will score 1 million in that game.
Okay.
Still no college football games on Thursday night tonight.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Just a pro game.
Cam Newton against Jameis Winston tonight.
Okay. Both of them are having a hard time. Winston, especially. Go ahead and all right.
All right. The next one is Iowa State -2 at home against Iowa.
Oh, that's going to be a good one right there. Iowa's got a
That'll be
good
great
team.
game, but I think Iowa State will beat them at home.
Okay.
And then the last one, and this is kind of hard to believe, but Central Florida is getting 8 at Stanford.
Well, all right. Now I've got that game being played in Orlando. Where have y'all got that
Yeah,
one being played?
that game's in Orlando.
Okay.
All right. All right, they played them in Orlando. I sort of like I like the other side there, Will.
Well, I just can't believe. I think UCF's got a good team. I don't think Stanford.
I mean, you're gonna take UCF, is that right?
You sure that line's right?
UCF.
Central Florida is getting 8 points.
Well, all right, I'm looking at.
7.5.
Central Florida's the favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're the favorite.
They're
Okay,
giving.
no wonder I had that line.
Yeah.
wrong. All right, we
Yeah,
don't track that one.
Stanford's quarterback was out last week against Cal, and a lot of people think Stanford's quarterback's going to be, in the
All right.
first round pick.
But Cal's quarterback was back too. I mean,
Hey, scratch
USC.
that one. Scratch that one and add North Carolina +3 against Wake Forest.
Hey, Will, Wake Forest is gonna win the football game.
Well, we'll see.
Where's that game gonna be played?
For those of you keeping track,
That game's going to be last week.
for those of you keeping track, last week Will he had Missouri -14, which was a winner. A&M +18, which was a winner. LSU -6, which was a winner. UCLA -7, they got beat, didn't they?
Yeah, they got beat.
Which was a loser. Georgia Tech -6, which was a loser. They won by 4. And then Tulane plus the 18, I think, was a push at Auburn, wasn't it?
That was a push.
So
You did pretty good,
3,
Will.
2, and 1.
Yeah, you did pretty good. No question about it.
Anything above 500 is good.
Okay, so Will likes Virginia minus the 6, UCL, Southern Cal minus the 4 over at BYU. Washington minus the 20. I can't get that now. It's a pretty good Hawaii team.
Hawaii's already beat two Pac-12 teams to start the season.
Yeah. Washington State over 75. He likes that one. And then he likes Iowa State to beat Iowa, which is going to be a good game, too. But that sounds pretty good, Will.
Plus 3 against Wake Forest.
And you like...
North Carolina 2-0 has beaten South Carolina and Miami, and they're getting points against
and they're
Wake Forest.
playing at Wake Forest.
Wow.
And Wake Forest got a pretty good football team.
Well, Wake Forest is like Vandy. You just compare them to Vandy.
Yeah, I got
So
you.
just pretend like they're Vandy.
All right, good.
Then,
All right, Will. Will, we got Jim Jackson here, Jim, and we got a guy called me and said, the PGA or the Golf Association is playing at Greenbrier this week.
Oh.
And I asked Will yesterday, he was on our show, I said, Will, have you ever played Greenbrier? He said, I played them one time, and it was on my honeymoon, and I shot a 63.
Course record.
Course record 63.
Yep.
Will, are you still standing by that?
Yeah, I've got stories in my office every time.
I've never played there.
And well, he shot a 63 and did a course record for a long time, and he played the round with the president of Standard Oil Company.
Yep.
Anyway, isn't that ironic? All right, Will, and we appreciate your calls this morning, and we'll be looking
Have
forward
fun at the dentist.
That's always a good trip.
All right, Will.
Troy Line 2.
What now?
Troy Line still 2.
Yes, it's dropped to 2, yeah.
I just saw it. It's a 2.5.
It's
So
Troy's
they play
at
at
2.5.
5 o'clock, is that right?
5 o'clock.
Troy
5
Southern
o'clock.
Miss is now 2.5 and 49. Live updates.
2.5 and 40.
Came out at 3, dropped all the way to 2, and is now back to 2.5.
I tell you right now, I like the over-under there. Even though everybody says that Southern Miss got a good defense, that's still, for college, 49 is awfully low.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, Will.
Well, have a good one. Good talking to you, and I'll see you Saturday.
All right, brother. Looking forward to
Go
it.
Will
Will Matthews
See you, man.
calling in from Ozark. Of course, the Matthews attorney at law, and they've had a law office there, gosh, over 65 years in Ozark.
Who did Southern Miss beat?
Southern Miss, they beat somebody to start the season, and
like
They beat Alcorn State.
yeah, Alcorn
Okay.
State, yeah. That's where the coach before he coached at Southern Miss, isn't it, Mike? I was thinking that's what happened. Okay.
He coached at Ole Miss.
Yeah, okay, is that what
Yeah,
it says?
now he used to be the head coach at Alcorn State, yeah.
Okay, and is now the head coach at Southern Mississippi. All right, quickly, Charles Henderson at Oxford, and I just can't see him going to Oxford and winning that game. I'm going to
tough
take
track.
Oxford to win that game.
They're going up around my old stomping
Of
grounds.
course, that's right outside of Anniston, and
Anniston and
long
Oxford
way
kinda
for
join
Charles
each other.
Henderson to travel. Who do y'all like?
I like Oxford in this game.
I mean, Oxford's 3-0 to start the season. Looks like they got another great team. I mean, Charles Henderson got beat 62-0 last year. I mean, I would expect something pretty similar this year.
Charles Henson's got a player, though, that is going to be sought after. He's only a sophomore. His name is Geis. He's a big defensive tackle nose guard, and I mean, he's just reckless. What I'm saying, a big-time player is growing up over there at Charles Henson High School, and it will be a sought-after player, not this year, but next year. Okay, Crenshaw Christian, Wayne Grant's
What are you
team
there
is
having?
undefeated, and they play at Abbeville. Pretty good team, Abbeville, but Wayne Grant's, I think, got it rolling.
Yeah, I don't like Crenshaw Christian until somebody shows me they can beat them.
I'm with Jim. And
I'm going to take Crenshaw Christian. Mike, who do you like?
Crenshaw.
Bill Rice likes Crenshaw, so everybody likes Crenshaw. Northside Methodist of Dothan, and this is a big up-and-coming school in Dothan. They play at Pike Liberal Arts. It should be quite a game. Who do y'all like? Jim, who do you like?
What's the deal with Northside Methodist? Tell me about them.
Well, they're fairly new. They started off as a small church school, but now they've got.
What's their record?
I don't know.
That's the important thing. Can you find that, Michael?
they don't have the tradition of the Pike Liberal Arts Patriots. So
I'd have to look.
Okay.
Pike Liberal Arts Patriots.
I had that.
I just hate to. I mean, we'll all be pulling for Pike Lib, but I hate to go out and pick Pike Lib and then find out Northside Methodist is 3-0 and got 600 students or something.
Well, they're pretty good. Let's see here. Northside Methodist beat Lakeside last week, 44-26. So they can score. We know that. Against Pike at home. Pike's got a lot of injuries. It's going to be a straight-up game.
I'll take the home team then. I'll take Pike.
All right, Pike Liberal Arts, Jim Jackson. I'm going to take Pike. I'm going to take Pike to beat Northside Methodist.
Northside Methodist is 1-2.
All right. So,
let's see. They beat Lakeside 44-26. I don't know who else they played. This thing pulls up. Let's see. They lost to Edgewood 35-0 or 35-9.
Everybody loses to Edgewood, don't
that's
they?
right. Edgewood's coming back. You're right.
I guess I'll take Ply Liv. I mean, who's all injured at Ply Liv? Is quarterback injured?
No, he's back, and of course he is a great little athlete. I tell you. You know, I've never seen him on the golf course. So he's probably a good golfer.
I've not seen him play golf.
He's good.
Well, I tell you what, they have lost to two really good teams. So they lost to Bessemer Academy and they lost to Edgewood.
Yeah, so they lost to two. In fact, Edgewood, Bessemer Academy, I noticed beat Monroe the other day.
So Pike's going to have to bring their A game to.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a tough game. I'm going to take Pike Liberal at home. Who do you like, Rice?
The Patriots.
Okay.
I'm going to take Pike with an asterisk because I don't know much about Northside.
All right, Mike Amos. Everybody takes Pike Liberal, or you take Northside Methodist?
I'm going to take, I guess, Ply Liberal. I don't know what to pick. I mean, I was surprised that Freeport scored 43 points on them last week, but I guess if they're young and they got a lot of injuries, it could be tough.
Yeah, it could be, no question about
Who was it, Morgan and Selma that they played early? And, I think Morgan scored a couple of touchdowns late to take it to overtime or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they 1-2.
Yeah. All right, Sampson and Goshen, and they're playing this game at Sampson, and Goshen's on a roll. I'm going to take the Goshen Eagles with their new logo.
I like Goshen.
I like that helmet. Goshen.
Yeah, I do too.
I'll take Goshen.
All right, the Pike County Bulldogs are playing Geneva, and Pike County is the home team. Again, Pike County is the home team versus Geneva. I'll take the Bulldogs. I think they're going to run it all the way.
I like Pike County.
Okay, Pike County.
Pike County.
And
Pike County.
with those three running backs and that big old offensive and defensive line, I don't see anybody touching Pike County. I really don't. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the high school scores of the week. And, of course, there's a few more out there that are going to be some good games to keep an eye on. And but those are the ones we're going to work right here. Of course, this show is brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass in Troy. We'll be back with the college picks, and I'll let you know who's going to win on Saturday.
Jim will let you know.
I say I'll be back. We will go ahead and continue right here.
One Jones.
Got a little Charlotte and Goshen flavor here. Wake Forest at North Carolina, and I said Wake Forest at North Carolina. Is that where they're playing, Mike?
Let's see. I had them.
Yeah, they're playing in what's that? Winston-Salem.
Yeah, that makes that game a lot. No, North Carolina.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina,
Yeah.
BB&T Field.
And for some reason, I'm showing.
Aren't they all close to each other? Wake Forest, Duke, and North Carolina, they're all within like 30 miles of each other, I think.
Tell you a little story about Wake Forest. Back in the 50s, late 50s, they were located in Wake Forest, North Carolina. And then one of these big tobacco folks decided they wanted to move the school, and they did. They moved it to Winston-Salem.
Oh,
And
the whole school, yeah.
that's the rest of the story. And
I did not know that.
of course, Wake Forest. Back then, when they were from Wake Forest, they had all those great golfers. Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer, yeah. Curtis Strange.
Curtis Strange.
They had all the hosses.
Yeah, the Hosses, yeah.
Jay Haas and Bill Haas.
They had a lot of.
Webb Simpson played there.
Yeah. Did Crenshaw play there? Where did Crenshaw play?
Crenshaw played at Texas.
Okay.
I would take Wake Forest over North Carolina in
Yeah,
golf.
exactly. Well, Wake Forest.
So this is football.
This is very important, though. Here it is. They play at Wake Forest, North Carolina. Wake Forest gonna win the football
No,
game.
they don't play at Wake.
Well, I got them here.
I got them at Wake on Scores and Odds.
All right. I look at the Capital.
Okay, yeah, I just said that. They play in Winston-Salem. That is
And
correct.
they are a 3.5 point favorite.
Yeah, Wake Forest is coached by Dave Clawson. He used to be the coach at Bowling Green when Troy played there, and then he also was offense coordinator at one time at Tennessee. He's a good coach.
I'm telling you, I'm going to take Wake Forest to win the football game.
North Carolina's got a letdown.
That game will be on TV on Friday night.
Yeah, Miami's had 2 comeback wins. Miami started the season, came back and beat South Carolina, came back and beat Miami as well. Miami was up late in that game. I'm going to take Wake Forest. I don't think North Carolina can do it on the road.
I don't think they can either. Right now, everything's been real pretty, but Wake Forest is a pretty good football team. Jim, who do you like here?
I'm going to take North Carolina.
Okay, you like
go
that
out on a
baby
limb.
blue.
I'm taking North Carolina, too. I think that North Carolina's got momentum and excitement around the program, and they're going to keep it going.
You can be a winner, too.
Okay, exactly. All right, so y'all like North Carolina, and Mike, you like Wake Forest, and I like Wake Forest.
Yeah.
The Wakies. Okay, all right, who else do we like here? Ohio State at Indiana.
So he took Wake.
Yeah, he did. And
Ohio State's a 16.5 point favorite at Indiana. Indiana's 2-0. Ohio State's 2-0.
Only 16.5. I thought it'd be more than that. Ohio State's going to be favored in every game they play this year. Maybe the only big games they have, do they play Penn State, Wisconsin, and Michigan? So you might say they have a 3-game season, but playing at Indiana is not one of them, Ohio State.
I'm going to tell you, though, watch this game. This game right now, they got them, right now the line is just 15, so they like them a little bit at home. Indiana has a great running back, Mike, isn't that right?
Well, I don't know who their running back is. I know they had a good running back last year. I don't know if he's back.
They don't have J.K. Dobbins and Justin Fields, though.
Yeah, exactly right. So you got Ohio State to win the game.
Yeah, Ohio State destroyed Cincinnati.
I think Ohio State and LSU are 2 of the top 4 teams in the country right now.
No question about it, or at least the 2 of the top 6 teams.
And it's not, Ohio State always scores.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's a decent football team.
Yeah.
And Ohio State shut them out.
No question about it.
And Justin Fields, and I think he makes a big difference for that football team, and they're playing good defense now. And that's it. My top 4 right now would be probably, actually right now, the way Alabama's offensive line looks, would probably be Clemson, LSU, Ohio State, and Oklahoma.
So right now, everybody takes Ohio State.
Yes.
All right, Washington State. Here's that game, Washington State.
Well, I'm hoping when
playing
of course, they got hurt last week. 2 out of position.
And this game is played where, Mike? This a neutral field?
This game is played out in Houston on ESPN. We'll start at 8:15 Friday night.
And the over-under is 76.
74.
Over 74 and a half.
I'm going to tell you this one's tough here now.
Washington State's favored by 9.
And they're playing on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to believe now.
Yeah, that was hard for me to believe as well.
Let me ask
I
you
mean,
something.
Houston scored 31 points against Oklahoma. They got beat 48-31. It wasn't like a huge blowout.
But did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah.
Most of the passes Jalen Hurts completed for Oklahoma, there wasn't a defender within 5 yards of the receiver.
Yeah.
They can't cover anybody.
We're talking about Houston.
Houston.
But
They
again,
can't
though,
cover anybody.
for them to be an 8-point favorite at Houston,
That's surprising.
A 9-point favorite.
9-point favorite.
at Houston, something wrong there, guys.
I mean, Washington State beat New Mexico State, who Alabama played 58-7.
Boy, this one's tough.
And Houston may score 40,
I
but
know
Washington State's going to score 50.
I know it, exactly. Boy, this is going to be a high-scoring
You
game.
got two guys that run the same system in Holgerson and Leach.
Yeah, they're buddies. They're
Leach
big
was the
buddies.
guru with Mummy.
Both of them are hippies. Both of them are hippies, you know.
Well, now, Leach is a pirate now.
All right, somebody tell me who you are.
I'll take Washington State.
Mike likes Washington State at Houston.
He did.
I was going with Houston, but I changed my vote to Washington.
Than focus on guys that are left.
Yeah, no question, yeah. Okay, everybody take some North Carolina State over West Virginia. We're back on the air, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, North Carolina State, you know, Dave Duran, the coach there, I mean, I think they've had back-to-back 9-win seasons. They're a pretty good program.
Yeah, they are. They lost their quarterback, you know, he graduated, but they're a good program, no question about it. No question about this. This one is a North Carolina State game in my book. Everybody take North Carolina State?
They did.
Okay, now Maryland at Temple, and Maryland just walloped Syracuse, won him close.
Either Maryland's better than people think, or Syracuse was extremely overrated.
Mike, who is Maryland's coach?
Mike
Who's Maryland's coach?
Yeah.
Mike Loxley, that was Alabama's offensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, he can score a lot of points.
I tell you what's interesting, they got this Josh Jackson kid that was a starter at Virginia Tech for 2 years, too, as his quarterback, so he's got a really good quarterback.
Yeah. I got them beating Maryland. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a real weird line, though. It's only 7.
I mean, you got them beating Temple, I mean.
Correct.
Yeah, the line's only 7 at Temple. I mean, Temple's got a decent program, but Man, that's a low line to me.
Yeah, Maryland's on a roll. I'm taking Maryland.
Me too.
Jim Jackson.
I like Maryland.
Mike Amos.
Yeah, I learned my lesson. I actually thought Syracuse would beat Maryland.
I do too.
You know what, everybody? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, to make this perfectly clear. The coach can't play, Mike. Everybody
Well,
ready?
Syracuse has won 10 games last year, and then they're playing Clemson this week at Syracuse.
And
but
they'll get killed.
I mean, Maryland was just destroying them.
Yeah. You know, here's a big rival game coming up that a lot of people might not have looked at. Is Pittsburgh at Penn State. Big in-state rivalry here. I've got Penn State.
Yeah, I like Penn State in this game, although Penn State has kind of struggled to start the year.
Well, that game against Buffalo last week was, real close at the half, and then they blew them away in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Penn State.
Looking for the line on that game. I can't find it either.
Line's high, 17.5.
That surprises me.
I'll take Penn State. This game will be on ABC at 11 a.m. if anybody wants to watch it.
Okay, that's early morning. They're not complaining, I bet, are they?
They don't have the weather issues up north like they do in the south. Malzahn came on and said that it gives you 6 more hours to prepare for the next week's game.
Yeah.
Like he didn't think playing 11 was a bad thing.
Well, he goes to the Waffle House to eat after every game.
After every win, I'd probably say.
Well, every win, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. We got, of course, the kickoff last week was at 3 o'clock. And we have the opportunity one game a year to go down on the sidelines before the game.
Yeah.
I let my brother go last week, and he carried my 13-year-old nephew.
Yeah.
They had a thermometer hanging on the fence, a couple feet off of the concrete.
Yeah.
But you're inside the stadium where there's no wind. They said the heat index at kickoff would be 111. That thermometer read 123.
Oh, man. They just think that's regular grass. If that had been artificial turf
this is not on the grass. This was hanging on the fence.
Oh, really?
On the side.
Oh, man.
On the black.
Yeah. Did you hear that about this? Y'all hear this yuppie talk, ladies and gentlemen? He says
he texts me when
we
he
can
left.
go down to the sideline.
One game a year. That's part of the Cardona program. But he texts me after that about 5 minutes till 3, and he said, "We're not coming up to the seats. I'm headed to Birmingham."
Oh, God.
He said, "I'm soaking wet."
Oh, gosh, it was
And
terrible.
then I heard they had problems with getting water to people at the concession stands. They didn't have enough water.
I'll tell you what, I was at the Auburn
tough.
game, and thanks to a good friend of mine, and I was perfectly relaxed. I was right there in the corner, and it was just wonderful. I mean, I wasn't hot at all.
Well, we were in the shade, but I tell you this, looking at the east side stands, with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, they were probably 75% vacated.
They left.
The east side of the stadium, probably 75% vacated.
Yeah. And, and when Saban said something about that, he's not thinking about these kids, how hot they are. I mean, he thinks they should stay there regardless, don't he?
I think he walked that back.
Yeah, he did. He in his Monday press conference, he kind of backed up on that a little bit.
Yeah. He don't want to get in down on it.
Troy Saturday's going to be 91 and 70, so it's going to be hot Saturday for Troy's game.
Yeah. Okay, Arkansas State at Georgia. Look out here if you're looking at the point spread. I'll tell you right now, I'll take Arkansas State 33 points right now.
I will too.
That's why the line is, and Georgia's going to win the game.
But I'm going to take Georgia to win the game.
Yeah, that's right. Georgia's going to win the game.
Yeah, Georgia should win big. I mean, Arkansas State, I think, won at UNLV last week.
Well, and you go out west and win. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, they won big, too, 47-14.
Yeah. Anytime you travel cross country and win.
And I wish
they lost the first game to SMU, so they're 1-1 going against Georgia.
I wish Troy would play. There are 2 places I wish Troy would play. One of them is Las Vegas and Hawaii. Why we don't get a game in Hawaii, I don't know. We need to get a game with them. Hint. Okay.
That'd be a good trip, wouldn't it?
Want to mention this weekend they're celebrating the 1984 national champion team, Mike. The team that won the Miracle in Mexico, McAllen, Texas, when freshman kicker kicked it through from 50 yards out on the last play of the game. buzzer actually went off while the ball was in the air, and Ted Clem, a pure freshman from Georgia, Alabama, won a national championship for Troy over North Dakota State.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I was 8 years old when that happened. I was on the field celebrating.
That's right. It was a lot of fun. No question about it. Okay.
It made that drive back from the border of Mexico back to Troy a lot better that we won.
No question about it. I remember though driving back late at night, and it was tough.
We were in Rolling Crow's old Buick.
Yeah.
Is that where we're in? Or Crown Victoria?
No, it was a Buick. Okay, Air Force at Colorado, and Colorado, of course, is off to a good start, Mike.
Yeah, they had a great comeback win against Nebraska. I think Nebraska's up by 17, and Colorado came back, put it in overtime, and won the game. Big win for Mel Tucker. He's 2-0 to start at Colorado. I'll take Colorado at home. This is a really small line, though, against Air Force, only 4 points.
Well, I tell you, Air Force is pretty good. That's the reason. I'm going to take Colorado because it's at home.
I like that. That same game that Michael was just talking about, that's a big step back for Scott Frost, too, at Nebraska.
Yeah.
He said that was one of his toughest losses he's ever experienced.
I saw that press conference. Yeah. That's, good start to the season, had it going, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened in the game to turn it around. Usually in a situation like that, it's a turnover or a penalty that kills a drive or something that just switches momentum.
You have a chance to put a team away, and
you don't. No question about it.
Did you see how Colorado came back? The coach called a flea flicker from their own 4-yard line.
Yeah, he threw it out of the end zone.
It went 96 yards for a touchdown.
The guy threw it from 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Oh, God.
Handed it off, running back pitched it back to him. And the guy was, he was open, but the guy had a chance to make the tackle after he caught it and just missed the tackle.
Yeah. And it was a bomb.
Ball came down at the 50, 45, 40, somewhere.
And that game was played at Colorado, so those people went crazy. You know what? There was more marijuana smoked in that game than any other game in history.
I'm going to take your word for it.
The problem is they allow them to smoke marijuana out there.
Well, you can't smoke
they allow marijuana in Washington, too. It's legal in Washington. It's legal in Vegas. It's legal in Colorado. It's legal in a lot of places.
Surely they don't let them smoke it in the game, though, do they?
I would not think they would. I'm sure they do in the student section, but I don't think everybody's smoking it.
I think all stadiums are tobacco-free facilities.
I know.
Brian Denny Stadium's tobacco-free, but about 1,000 people a game smoking the walkways heading down.
We got to do away with that artificial cigarette. We got to do something about it.
The vape?
What? The vapor, the vapor.
I'd rather somebody have that in front of me than I had a regular cigarette.
Yeah, really?
I don't do either, but
I'll tell you, he wants to do away with it.
They're blowing like fruit out of their mouths.
Oh, they really?
Like some fruity smoke.
Well, I guarantee you that tobacco companies are spending a lot of money trying to get it outlawed and trying to prove how bad they are for you.
That's right. Follow the money.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, here's a big game here. Central Florida playing at home to Stanford. I believe Central Florida beats them and beats them good.
I like Central Florida.
I like Central Florida. Boy, especially think of the difference in the temperature here. Let me just say this. Stanford is probably 70 degrees, 75 degrees most all the time. And in downtown Orlando, it's going to be about 110 probably.
Yeah.
The weather is going to kill this much from Stanford. Look for Central Florida to just roll over Stanford, those yuppie boys from the out west.
Yeah, Stanford played horrible without their starting quarterback, KJ Costello, against USC. Got blown out. I guess I'll go with Central Florida.
Another word here is speed. Tremendous speed advantage on the side of
I see a gradual decline with the Stanford program over the last couple of years. It's not.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey and Love. You look at those guys.
Yeah,
that Love running back was a great player too.
Yeah. Okay, everybody likes Central Florida.
He's still there, isn't he?
No, Bryce Love's gone.
All right.
I thought he was still there.
All right, everybody likes Central Florida.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Southern Cal and BYU. And, of course, those Southern Cal cheerleaders, I wonder would they let them wear their regular outfits compared to the BYU girls. Southern Cal at BYU. BYU is scary at home. I'm telling you, this is a scary game. Who do you like, Mike?
I mean, I think BYU, emotionally is that was one of the most unbelievable wins you'll ever have against Tennessee. I think USC, it's got something going with their freshman quarterback. He just lit up Stanford. And I think USC's just got too many athletes. I'm going to take USC.
They're playing at Provo. I always wondered, of course, it's a highly religious school, and they've got rules that no other schools have. But they look like they're fairly rabid in football. The fans look like they get into it pretty hard.
Yeah, a great tradition.
Yeah.
The majority of the players are 22 and 23, some 24.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they're redshirted their first year, and then they take their 2-year mission.
That's right.
Then they come back there, what?
You
21 years old.
The athletic director's daughter on the show.
Oh yeah, no question about it. No question about it. And that's going to be a tough one to pick, but Southern Cal should win.
I like USC.
Georgia Southern at Minnesota. You better watch this one. If their quarterback is back, Georgia Southern, that's all the difference in the world, Mike, in this game. I'm picking Georgia Southern.
Wirtz has been suspended the first couple games. I don't know if he's going to play or not.
All right, I'm going to pick Georgia Southern to win this game. I'm taking Georgia Southern.
I like Minnesota.
All right, he likes Minnesota. Are they playing indoors or outdoors? It doesn't really matter, does it?
They're playing indoors. I'll take Minnesota.
Okay, and I like Georgia Southern if their quarterback is back. All right, here's the final game until we go on break. Memphis at South Carolina. South Alabama.
Yeah.
Memphis at South Alabama played in Mobile.
Ladd Stadium.
In Ladd Stadium. This is gonna be another high-scoring game here.
Memphis is a 19-point favorite.
And I'll tell you, I would take.
You like the points?
I like the points here. I really do.
19's a lot of points to give a team at home.
And then Memphis.
Yeah, South Alabama played Nebraska. I think the final was 35-21, and then I think they scored 40 against Jackson State last week. I'll take Memphis to win the game. I think South Alabama will win the points.
Yeah.
Same here.
I like Memphis in the game.
I will too. I'll take Memphis in the game, but look out, this young coach at Memphis. At South Alabama is a good one.
They're getting better.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with more of Bill Jackson's Picks of the Week right here on Troy Cable.
The ribbon has been cut, and the grand opening celebration has begun at the all-new Bill Jackson Ford in Troy. Save up to $11,770 off MSRP on a new 2019 F-150 XLT four-wheel drive Super Crew truck during the Hurry Up and Save sales event. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance needs.
Piggly Wiggly's local butchers are on site at both stores and will help you select the best cuts of meat and trim them to your liking. Our USDA choice beef is the most consistently tender, juicy, and flavorful beef you can buy, all at cost plus 10%.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford's Picks of the Week right here on Troy Cablevision. And, of course, these picks that we're making are not against the Las Vegas line. We might make a recommendation here and there, but it is strictly on who wins the game. And I say Iowa will beat Iowa State. Who do y'all like?
I like the home team.
You like Iowa State?
They're playing at Iowa State. Yeah.
That should be a good game. Iowa's 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to take Iowa.
Are both these teams undefeated? I believe they are they?
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa State's only played one game, and Iowa's played two.
Iowa's 2-0. Iowa State's 1-0.
Now, who did Iowa State?
Iowa State went to, I think, triple overtime with Northern Iowa to start the season.
29-26 in 3 overtimes.
And this high-priced coach at Iowa, I like him. I'm going to take Iowa.
Kurt Ferentz.
Yeah.
They shut out
I'm
Rutgers last
gonna
week.
take Iowa State at home. I can't ever figure out Iowa, so I'm just gonna take Iowa State.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody else, what did you take, Rice?
Iowa State.
He took Iowa State.
All right. And
You know, this is the first week that ESPN guy was saying since 2017 where there's no ranked teams playing each other.
Wow.
Yes, like week 5 of 2017.
No ranked teams. That's how bad this board is this week.
But you think about that, you've got Oklahoma, UCLA. Normally that would be 2 ranked teams.
Mm-hmm.
You have Alabama, South Carolina. Normally that would be 2 ranked teams. That may be.
you know, I don't even have a...
Florida, Kentucky would have been close.
Has been the last couple of years.
Exactly right.
Florida State, Virginia is a possibility.
Okay, let's get started. Colorado State at Arkansas. And, I'm rooting hard for Arkansas.
They're like a.
They're playing.
They're actually favored.
They're playing at Arkansas.
So Colorado State must be bad.
Bobo is the coach there.
I mean, Colorado State played Colorado pretty tough to start the season. Their starting linebackers, Tron Folsom, that played at Troy. Was Troy's leading tackler the past 2 years. I tell you what, Arkansas getting any kind of points at 10 points, I'd jump all over Colorado State because I think this will be a close game. But I'll take Arkansas at home.
I'm going to take Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm going to take Arkansas to win the game.
But you say that Colorado State is getting 10 points?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think that's a good bet,
That
too.
is a lot, no question about it. And another thing, you need to find out where this is going to be in Fayetteville or Little Rock. They play one game a year at Little Rock.
I don't know. I have to look.
Arizona State at Michigan State. Michigan State's off to a good start. Arizona State would need who's their coach, Mike?
Herm Edwards.
Oh, Herm.
He replaced who is the guy that's now the offensive coordinator at where'd he go?
Well,
he replaced the guy that Chip Lindsey was offensive coordinator for. Was it Todd Graham?
yeah, that's right. That's right.
And where is he?
I'm not sure. Arizona State beat Michigan State last year.
Todd Graham may be the defensive coordinator at Miami now.
Yeah.
He might be. I'm gonna take Michigan State at home.
I'm going to take Michigan State at home.
Yeah, I like Michigan State.
All right. Everybody takes the spot.
This game will be on Fox at 3 o'clock if anyone wants to watch it.
Florida at Kentucky, and this is a good one and a big game. Just think how big this is for the former Troy quarterback. He's playing he grew up in Florida. He went to Tate High School in Pensacola, came to Troy and had a lot of success. Now overnight he's playing for the Florida Gators in Lexington.
Is this a 6 o'clock game?
Yeah, this is going to be on prime time ESPN.
What is it now?
It's going to be on ESPN at 6 o'clock.
Okay, prime time.
Yeah, the big game at night.
Whoa.
You think Sawyer Smith's nervous a little bit?
Boy,
I mean,
don't you know this is a huge change in his life, no question about it.
I mean, he was a backup quarterback at Troy last year. Barker got hurt. He took over the job and went 5-2. And now Terry Wilson got hurt at Kentucky and is out for the year. Now he's the starting quarterback at Kentucky. Pretty amazing what's happened in his career. But you remember the first start he had last year, he went on the road and played Liberty and played one of the worst games I've ever seen a quarterback play in my life in his first start. And I think he's going to do the same thing against Florida. I'm going to take Florida.
I think he's going to do the same thing against Florida.
Florida got a pretty good defense, too.
I'm taking Florida.
Florida.
Okay, everybody takes Florida.
Actually, I kind of like Florida a lot in this game. This might be my pick of the week.
I'm going to put a
Wait
star
a
on
minute,
it.
but put a check mark there. Mike Amos' picks of the week right here on Troy Cable.
If you remember, Michael, I said last week my pick of the week was Ohio State big against Cincinnati.
Dang it,
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's right. Well, come up with your pick of the week this week. That'd be fun.
Let me look at it and see.
All right, Purdue at TCU. Where's TCU been all year? I hadn't even seen TCU.
You're right.
I don't know. Do they have an off week?
I don't know.
Must have.
But TCU, of course.
Yeah. TCU's only 1-0.
This game is at West Lafayette, Indiana.
Oh, boy. How did I mess that up?
So it's at Purdue.
You know what? See
Purdue,
what it is. The only way you can find out here is which one's got capital letters.
Right.
All right, TCU. All right, no, TCU's got capital letters, so does Purdue.
Well, TCU, because that's the three-letter
You know
team,
that
so
makes
they're
a
always gonna be
big difference in
capitalized.
this game. That makes
TCU's
a
a
big
2.5
difference.
point favorite.
It's hard to pick over the purple people eaters right here.
I'm going to take Purdue.
Yeah,
If y'all want to know who's
I'm
going out
thinking-
on a limb
I'm
first, it'll be
thinking-
me.
I'm thinking about it too. They're playing at home.
You just want to be like me.
Yeah, just like you, man. I'm gonna take Purdue. Mike, who do you like here?
I'll take TCU.
But then I think of Patterson, that coach. Boy, he's a heck of a coach. What am I doing here?
I'm thinking
Speed.
TCU.
You know what? I'm going to change back over. You're right. There's a difference in the speed level of this game. I'll take the speed of the Demon Deacon, which is Wake Forest.
The Horned
The
Frog.
Horned Frog. Don't take me a frog. Who are you going to take, Mike?
I took
All right,
TCU.
TCU. Everybody.
I'm the only one that took Purdue.
Okay. All right, Clemson at Syracuse, and
Let's just pick Clemson for the rest of the year.
Yeah, because I'm not putting them on here because they don't play anybody.
yeah. Clemson is a 27.5 point favorite over Syracuse.
And Syracuse got throttled last week.
Yeah. Oh, me. I'll take Clemson in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, Syracuse has actually played Clemson really tough. Last year they lost on a miracle fourth down conversion when Clemson had their third-team quarterback in, and then they beat them the year before at the Carrier Dome. So they actually have played with Clemson pretty well. I'll take Clemson there.
You know what? It might be good for those folks, those naughty folks out there that want to play the game. 27.5. That's just way too little. No question. Florida State at Virginia, and what is going to happen here? Of course, Virginia is a home team. They play in Yuppieville, Charlottesville, Virginia, against Florida State. Virginia's going to win the game.
Florida State celebrated the missed extra point last week like they won the national championship.
I know it.
Of course, Michigan did the same thing against Army.
Who do you like here, Mike?
I mean, Virginia, really started playing well late last season. Bronco Mendenhall, who was at BYU, is their coach, and he's really building a program. I can't take Florida State right now against anybody. They just look awful.
Yeah.
Even though Boise's pretty good, but I don't know if you watched any of those La Monroe highlights, but La Monroe just moved it up and down the field like it was nothing.
I liked La Monroe in that game because I knew La Monroe got a good offense.
I'll take Virginia.
Okay.
I'll take Virginia.
All right, everybody took
I like
Virginia.
Virginia.
All right, now Oklahoma at UCLA, and this should be a rout, a tremendous rout. So I'm taking Oklahoma. I was looking at the over/under here is 68. UCLA won't get many.
What's the line? 30-ish?
Yeah,
23 and a half.
Yeah.
23, so they're talking about a 35. a 40-24 game or something. That's what
This
they're looking
game has been played in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, UCLA just got beat by San Diego State 23-14. UCLA has no offense. I mean,
You know,
I
they-
think Oklahoma big.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're playing in the Rose Bowl, and you can see Hurt on that. Good friend of mine, Bobby Skelton, said it's the most beautiful playing field in America is the Rose Bowl, and that's where this game will be played.
It's a pretty place.
And what I'm saying, old Hurt is going to run up and down the field on this bunch, and they'll be in their bright gold helmets and their baby blue jerseys, and then Oklahoma will be in their white jerseys with white red helmets. Oklahoma's going to kill them.
This will be good for
Excuse
Hurts'
my language.
Heisman campaign too, because he'll be playing out west in front of all those fans.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh, there's no doubt he's going to have the numbers.
Yeah. And Jim,
He's going to have the numbers.
Jim Jackson, don't you be talking about Auburn. The Auburn Tigers are getting ready for another huge game when they go head-to-head with Kent State. 6 o'clock kickoff from Jordan-Hare Stadium. Those guys are going to be out there all day long, sweating and sweating and sweating and sweating, and they finally make it to the stadium. So the stadium holds about 87,000. How many do you think will be, as far as at game time, will be in that stadium?
75, 70.
Yeah, I'd say 70 to 75 if it's like going by Alabama last week. Alabama's 101, and they might have had 75 in there at kickoff. Probably
at the
down to
Auburn
less
game.
than 50 by halftime.
I was at the Auburn game and had great seats, and it was very pleasant and beautiful. And that eagle, when that eagle flies, buddy, nobody does it better than Auburn.
That's one of the coolest things in college
It really
football.
is, no question about it. My little granddaughter, she said, I want to see the eagle, I want to see the eagle. So I tell you what it does. It gets the people into the stadium quicker, because they want to see it,
No doubt.
Oh, I thought we were talking about attendance at Oklahoma, UCLA. I think there'll be more than 70 or 75. Auburn supports the team pretty good.
Oh, yeah, they do. They'll have 80,000 there probably.
I mean, Kent State is awful. Their quarterback's actually Woody Barrett. He was an Auburn transfer.
Woody who?
Woody Barrett was the Auburn quarterback that transferred out.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Well, they're supposed to be better. Kent State's supposed to be better, Mike. What do you think?
What is Kent
I
State
mean,
done?
that's a big line. What is it, 35, something like that?
I would take those 35 points.
I like
believe.
the other side.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I think Auburn.
I think Auburn needs to score. They need to score a bunch. They need to build a lot of confidence for Bo Nix. I think this is the time. Kent State beat Kennesaw State 26-23 in overtime.
all right, and that's the team out of Atlanta, up and coming. And,
One double A school.
yeah.
Yep.
I'll take Auburn big.
Yeah, I like Auburn to cover in this game.
Right, the 35, cover the 35.
I like something around 50-ish to 3 or 7, something like that.
We picking the score on this one?
No.
I was just.
We could if you wanted to,
guessing.
but we're gonna do it.
No,
with
we
the
got
Florida
two
game.
good games. We can work with decent games.
Alabama at South Carolina, and a lot of people wonder what's happening there. Jim, what do you think?
I think Alabama wins big. I think Tua gets to sit in the fourth quarter again, and.
Well, do you think?
Well, talk some about this offensive line you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I told Bill that's one of the reasons I don't have Alabama in my top 4 right now. They played 2 different combinations on the inside so far. The only chance for Alabama to be competitive for what their goal is, I think, at the end of the year is if Deontay Brown makes a huge difference when he comes back in week 5. He's suspended for 4 games.
What did he do?
I'm sure it's grades or substance abuse, one of the two. But
It was marijuana. I think he tested for.
they have struggled mightily up front at the center and guard position. Now they had another guy who was Emil Ikior and somebody else that was hurt, so they moved the right guard to center and put somebody else at right guard last week. But they have not been able to run the ball at all.
And they're really not protecting
And they're
Tua
not
as good.
protecting Tua. They're getting pressure on Tua up the middle, and if they don't get that fixed in the next couple of weeks, before the Texas A&Ms and the LSUs of the world come calling,
The center
they're
hadn't
going to be in
hardly
trouble.
played anything up until this point in his
Well,
career.
Correct. They got some issues up front that they got to get fixed.
Well, what is
And I
that?
think the only chance is Deontay Brown when he comes back.
Yeah.
I heard an interesting stat on the radio yesterday. Somebody said that on Alabama had one long run in the against New Mexico State. The freshman had a 74-yard run.
Correct.
But besides that, Alabama averaged 3.6 yards per carry.
Over half the time when Najee Harris and Brian Robinson are in the game, they're being touched before they get back to the line of scrimmage.
Oh boy.
And the New Mexico State had the third worst rush defense in the country last year.
Right.
And Alabama couldn't get average 4 yards a carry against New Mexico State.
And I'm sure Alabama's being vanilla and doing a lot of experimenting.
Well, I'll
but
tell you right now, they're going to be challenged. I mean, this guy's a great defensive coach.
South Carolina has a potential first-round draft choice on their defensive line, and Will Muschamp's a defensive coach.
The key there is he inside or outside?
Yeah.
He's a tackle.
See, the tackles are okay at Alabama.
I've got a feeling this game's going to be a lot closer than people think. I think Alabama will win the game, but
Well, I mean, South Carolina's starting a freshman quarterback Kalinsky, who made his first start last week. Bentley knows out for the
is he
year.
a redshirt freshman or a pure freshman?
I think he's a pure freshman.
Pure freshman.
It's a kid out of California that a lot of people recruited. His brother was the one that tragically was a Washington State quarterback and committed suicide. So there's been a lot of stories about this kid and his family. I'm going to take Alabama. I think it's going to be around that 25 points. I think they'll cover, but I think it'll be real close to that line.
Yeah.
I'm kind of nervous about this. This freshman quarterback looked really good in his first start. You know, when Bentley came in and started as a freshman, he played well. And this kid was much more highly regarded than Bentley as a prospect. He was considered one of the best quarterbacks in America last year as a high school student.
Bentley had a better supporting cast than this kid's got, though.
To beat Alabama, you got to have balance, and you got to run it. And the play action, like if you've got a play action situation where you're able to run the ball and make them and can do some play action throwing, give them a chance. And then of course with a decent defense, this game's gonna be a lot closer than people think in my book.
I think a lot of people will be going to the cabooses in the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun trip. We've been to a game in Columbia, and
It's a
it's a
blast.
big stadium. It's 80,000 people.
I can't wait.
Are you going?
Yeah, we're leaving this afternoon.
Oh, you're ready. Well, now you tell us who's all going.
Are y'all going to stay in Charleston, or y'all going to stay in Columbia?
No, we're staying in Columbia.
They gonna stay where they're.
This is our guys' trip. We'll go to North Augusta tonight and play golf tomorrow.
Oh, really?
And then go on to Columbia and stay Friday night and Saturday night.
North Augusta.
Where are y'all going to play golf?
A place called the River.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a place called Augusta National.
I wish.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. And of course,
will be.
that surprised me.
Surely y'all know some members at Augusta National who can get you on.
Oh, y'all go by? Do they allow people to tour Augusta National? Do they even do that?
I've been to the Masters a couple of times, so.
Okay, Southern Miss at Troy.
This is the big game right here in Troy.
Big game. Troy coming off a open date, which I think it was a good thing. I know this. They practice every day. I've never seen a coach practice any more than this bunch.
Well, I would say that
they were practicing hard
now
yesterday.
that people are having 2 off
Are we
weeks.
picking a school in Alabama game, or just a Troy game?
We are not, just a Troy game. And I'm not so sure that an off week after week 1 is not a good thing, especially in Troy's. I think it is a good thing in Troy's situation because you got a new coach. He's trying to get to know his players. You get to see them for 60 minutes in competition, and then you can go back and watch film for 2 or 3 days and work with them individually. I think that hit at a pretty good time for Chip.
No question about it. Okay, Southern Miss and Troy. I'm taking Troy, and I'm taking this right here. Troy 34, Southern Miss 17.
Why are you picking Troy 34-17, Mike? Let's get you.
Well, I just think Troy's going to beat them. I think they're better than they are.
You think their defense is good enough to hold Southern Miss to 17?
Well, yes, I do.
I mean, obviously you do if you picked it. I got Troy winning 30-27.
30-27.
We're all picking I'm picking it close like Jim. I've got Troy at 27, Southern Miss at 24. And the line is 2. Troy is favored by 2. So
all right.
Should be a great game, everybody.
What do you think, Michael?
I mean, Troy offensively this is the best offense I can remember that Troy's had since we've been Division I. I mean, you got a great running back. You got everybody back on your offensive line. The two new receivers they brought in look really good. I think you're gonna see Barker make some scrambles in this game. That's gonna help Troy score a lot of points. But I'm gonna say a shootout. I'm gonna say 38 to 35.
38-35 Troy. Is that right?
So everybody likes
Troy's got a young defense. They got 6 guys that transferred out. Some of them didn't make their grades that were starters. So that's 6 guys off the defense that could have been back. And I think Southern Miss is going to be able to run the ball on Troy because they got a small defensive front. It should be a great game.
Southern Miss is a solid program, too.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
Yeah, Troy beat them at Southern Miss, 3 years ago?
Yeah, well, 3 years ago. Then the driving rainstorm.
The parts I watched of the Southern Miss Mississippi State game last week, it was in the second half, but Southern Miss was moving the ball pretty good and playing them tough.
Well, like you said,
Mississippi State's quarterback went out in the second quarter, and they still beat them 38-15. So I thought that was pretty impressive for Mississippi State.
I think you're going to see, like you said, if Troy is one-dimensional, they can be in trouble. But if they've got balance, or they can balance the run and the pass, I think Troy wins the game.
Well,
first year head coach, you got to factor that in as well. I mean, there's always difficulties a coach has in his first year, and if he wins this game at Southern Miss, it could be a big season.
You know, he recruited a lot of these guys that play for.
He was offense coordinator for 2 years there.
Yeah. And of course, a young man from Troy. Who finished up at Southern Miss and had another year of eligibility, and he's playing for Troy now, Mike.
Yeah, you're talking about Coach Riles' son.
Yeah, Coach Riles' son, and a good article in the Dothan paper this week about him. But
Michael, who was the wide receiver that Southern Miss wound up with 3, 4, 5 years ago that everybody wanted, and then he broke his leg in the end zone? You remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember that guy.
Brown?
They got a guy, Jalen Adams, that everybody wanted that played at minor.
I was just wondering if that kid's playing in the pros now. He was a big guy in Alabama, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, and LSU. Everybody wanted him.
And he was doing great, and then he had a terrible injury against Troy.
Terrible injury against Troy, catching a pass in the end zone, and I'm not sure if he ever recovered from that.
Yeah.
Troy's going to come close to selling out a game. This should be it. Alabama starts at 2:30. I mean, you're going to have a lot of people still watching that in the tailgate, but
Auburn's playing Kent State,
by the time halftime rolls around, this should be a packed house.
No question about it, and of course it's going to be come out early and tailgate.
They have something going on the square on Friday night?
Oh yeah, they got
dance
good deal.
On the square that's Friday right. I think is that Blackberry Breeze?
Yeah.
Is this the Friday night they're there?
I don't know.
Who is Blackberry Breeze? Are they good?
You see their trailer all over Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
They do a lot of college parties and stuff, and they'll be like the Park Band, just from a different area.
Park Band.
I like the name.
Park Band's everywhere. They're at Alabama and Auburn and doing a wedding on Sunday. I want to mention, of course, celebration of the 1984 Troy University's national championship victory. Mike, they beat North Dakota State on a field goal kicked as the buzzer sounded.
Troy's going to be wearing their helmet. They're going to be wearing their retro helmet.
Mike will be here. Yeah, well, it's according. Mike could have a game.
I don't know if Huntington plays this week or not.
Mike Turk, but those many of those 84 team players will be here. They'll have a gathering on Friday night, nice banquet.
And a shout out to Mike. They had a big win last Saturday.
Oh yeah,
the Hogs won.
Sure did. No question.
Yeah, it's Letterman Day, so you can even go out on the field, though.
Oh yeah, I could if I wanted to. There's a long way to go.
Well, everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy the football.
Exactly right, and of course.
Yeah, safe travels, man. Have a good fun trip.
Exactly right.
We'll see y'all back next week.
No question. And for you Crimson Tide fans, Big Al says, "Roll Tide." Alabama going up against a very tough foe at the University of South Carolina. Should be a good football game. Mike, that's going to be on what channel?
CBS.
CBS.
He's already gone, but that's on CBS 2:30.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow for On Today in LA. Have a good one.